All right, shalom. Shalom to the elect of Israel, whoever you might be out there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. So the Spirit has led me to the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter. All right. And this goes into end time prophecy. It also it encapsulates the history that Israel as a nation went through in times past. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. So verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Now, just to give a quick background, this is a vision that the man known as John the Revelator, all right, the prophet known as John the Revelator, he had on the island of Patmos. Right? He was sentenced, to the salt mines out there in his old age, might I add, and the Lord revealed these visions unto him. Okay. Now, the vision that is spoken of in verse 1 is talking about Israel. Okay, that woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet with a crown of 12 stars is talking about the nation of Israel. All right. And the 12 stars represent the 12 tribes of Israel. You see, the sun and the moon represent knowledge and understanding. Okay. So continuing on, verse 2, it says, and she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And this also can be applied to, Mary, which was the biological mother of Yahweh Shai, all right, because the child that's mentioned right here is Yahweh Shai, all right. This can also be applied in a bigger sense to the nation of Israel because Yahweh Shai was born out of the nation of Israel, man, all right, which is also referred to as a woman. And we can prove that really quick that it's talking about Israel in the book of Jeremiah, the 6th chapter. All right, now here's a precept right here proving that Israel is referred to as a woman, okay, symbolically. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 2, it says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. You see that? Zion being the nation of Israel, all right, the monument of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, his chosen people. Okay, so there you go. All right, so continuing on to verse 3, it says, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his heads. All right, now, this is not talking about some freak reptile, all right, that escaped from a lab somewhere that has 7 heads. Nah, man, it's not talking about a literal, dragon. It's talking about a power structure, okay, that has 7 heads. Right, and that red dragon originally was the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, all right, which is back today. All right, the revised Roman Empire is none other than, NATO and the EU, okay? And America is that whore who sits on top of that. But let's go ahead and, get into it. The 7 heads represent Germania Major, Germania Minor, okay? Spain, France, okay, the French, British, and let's see here, the Greeks and the Romans. Okay, those are the 7 Edomite rulerships, man. All right. So Esau, all right, Edom is none other than a so-called white man. All right. Let's continue on. Verse 4. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast into the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Okay, now, really quick, I want to recap on the dragon part. Because back then in the ancient Roman Empire, all right, they had, vassal states that were up under them. And I believe they're like, if you go into it, it's the Goths, the Ostrogoths, the Visigoths, the Vandals, I think it's Lamani. There's like a whole list. Matter of fact, let me see if I can grab that really quick. Salakia. It's hard to remember all of them. All right, here it is right here. It's a quick, summary of what I'm talking about. And it says, Germanic tribes invasion in Rome. All right. Several Germanic tribes invaded Rome. All right. So these people they turned against Rome. All right, to take down the Roman Empire. Several Germanic tribes invaded Rome, reducing the Roman Empire's centralized control and helping bring about the fall of Rome. All right, learn about these tribes, including the Visigoths, the Ostrogoths, the Vandals, the Franks, Anglo-Saxons, and there's more. Okay, we just list a few of them. Okay, but yeah, that's what it's referring to right there in the Book of Revelation, the 12th chapter. All right, and it's funny because in end time prophecy, the allies of the Roman Empire today, all right, being Esau's power structure, they're going to turn against America to take down modern day Rome. All right. So hey man, there's nothing new under the sun. Things are written aforetime before for our learning, right? Anyway, continuing on, it says verse 5. No, Salaki. Let's continue in verse 4. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. Now that's talking about the three tribes of the southern kingdom, because after Solomon, the kingdom of Israel was split in two. You had the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom today would be the so-called Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. All right, those are northern tribes. The southern tribes would be the so-called Negroes. All right, and those three tribes that we're mentioning right here consist of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, Yehoiada, Benjamin, and Loya in the ancient Hebrew. Okay, because they were still left in the land. All right, at that time. All right, the northern tribes have, they were already taken away in the Assyrian captivity. So they were not in the land at that time. All right, the majority of them. So continuing on, they were oppressed, in that Roman Empire, man, the three tribes of the southern kingdom. Okay. That's why it says, and did cast them to the earth. We're in a low position. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. This goes into Herod, man, how Herod, attempted to murder Yahushua as soon as he was born. You see? Matter of fact, let's prove that really quick in the scriptures. I believe it's Matthew, the 2nd chapter. Let's go ahead and, get into this real quick. It talks about how Yahushua had to be delivered from Herod, right? The king at the time, all right? Who was a fucking Edomite, by the way. Now, it says, now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem, and that word Bethlehem means house of bread, all right? Yahushua is the bread of life, man, fulfilling the prophecy that he would be born in Bethlehem, all right? Now, when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. Now, just a quick, side note, it wasn't three wise men, all right? It doesn't say there were three wise men, all right? More than likely, it was a company of wise men, not just three, how they tell you in a Christian church, all right? I don't know where they got the number three from, but it doesn't say that in the scriptures. All right. But anyway, it says there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. And that star is more than likely a chariot, all right, a vehicle of the angels. Verse 3, when Herod the king, or so-called UFO, okay, when Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Hamashiach should be born. So pretty much, Herod, he knew that there's going to be a king coming, or Yahushua, who was prophesied to come, all right, and rule, the earth in righteousness. You see, he got pretty much intimidated by his presence, man, and he sought out to kill him, all right, because he knew that he would lose power if Yahushua would be raised up, man, to be the king who he's prophesied to be. So he had people go out there, or he tried to get people to tell him where Yahushua was at so he could kill him. Okay, pretty much. So let's continue on. So Yahushua had he had a rough beginning. As a baby, they were trying to murder him, man. All right. So let's see. Verse 5. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, for thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall Salaki, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. All right, Yahweh Shai. All right. Verse 7. Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. So he was on it, man. He was trying to figure out where Yahweh Shai was at, man. He wasn't playing no games, right? Verse 8. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again that I may come and worship him also. But he was fucking lying. All right. He didn't want to worship Yahweh Shai. He was going over there to murder him. All right. Because he didn't want to lose his position. So he was using deceit and guile. All right. One of the traits of Edomite. Verse 9. When they had heard the king, they departed. And lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was, letting you know that this was no actual star, all right, a ball of burning gas. It was talking about a chariot, okay, so-called UFO, what they call it today. Those are the vehicles of the angels, all right. Verse 10, when they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they were coming to the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, all right, that's Yahushua's biological mother, all right. His father was Joseph, all right, his biological father, all right, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned of the Most High in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. So, let's continue on. It gets interesting. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. Okay, so they were warned by an angel, man. An angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph, or Yahweh Sop. All right, that's his name in the Hebrew, which means to add. Anyway, he was warned by an angel, man, to flee out of Bethlehem because Herod was trying to murder their son, Yahushua, the Savior, right? When he arose, he took the young child and his mother. So he grabbed up Yahushua and Mary, all right, and his mother by night, and departed into Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, out of Egypt have I called my son. So there you go, all right, fulfilling prophecy, showing you that the Lord Yahweh, he's in control of all things, man, all right. That prophecy was fulfilled in Yahweh Shai at that moment, all right, when they fled into Egypt. So yeah, back in Revelation 12 and verse 4, that's what it's talking about. All right, we're reading one more time. And it tells you the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast into the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child, or Yahweh Shai, as soon as it was born. So there you go. Verse 5, and she brought forth a man child, all right, Mary, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto the Most High and to his throne. Now, just to prove that it's talking about Yahweh Shai, let's go to Psalms, the second chapter, real quick. All right, here we have the book of Psalms, the second chapter. It talks about Yahweh Shai coming to rule on earth, all right, ruling all the heathen, okay. Let's see here. Let's jump down to about verse 7. It says, I will declare the decree the Lord Yahweh has said unto me, thou art my son, all right, Yahweh Shai. This day have I begotten thee. And Yahweh Shai is who? The only begotten son of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, right? He's the first spirit created by Yahweh. All right. Verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. That's talking about Yahweh Shai. All right. He's supposed to rule with a rod of iron, and he will. All right. When he returns. So let's go back to Revelation 12. All right. So we left off at verse, in the middle of verse 5. All right. So he's going to rule all nations with the rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto the Most High and to his throne. This is talking about when Yahweh Shai was taken up into the chariot in front of the eyes of his disciples. All right. And that's documented in the book of Acts, the first chapter. Let's get that real quick. Hold on. All right, here we have the book of Acts, the first chapter. All right, and let's see. We're gonna jump down, get to the point real quick. Okay, we'll start at verse 6. Okay, it says, "When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?" So the disciples are asking him, is the kingdom going to be, established right now? And Yahweh shall reply in verse 7, and he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father, or Yahweh, hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and to the uttermost part of the earth. And when he had spoken these things, while they were looking at him, all right, he was taken up, and a cloud, a chariot, all right, so-called UFO, right, received him out of their sight. So this is a miraculous happening that just took place, man. As he was speaking to them, as they were looking at him in his eyes, he got taken up into a chariot, man. He got beamed up. Verse 10, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, they were watching him go up. Behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, all right, two angels, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. All right. And Yahushua is coming back in a chariot, man. It tells you that in Revelation, first chapter, Revelation 1 and 7. But let's go back to Revelation 12. Just want to prove that point right there. It's talking about Yahushua. All right, so verse 6, it says, And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of the Most High, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. Okay, now this is a coded saying right here. Okay, now the woman that fled into the wilderness is talking about the Israelites. All right, they're being persecuted, all right, by the Romans. All right, in the time of 70 A.D. All right, the Roman siege upon Jerusalem, man. This is when they came after us, man. A time of mass death, man. All right, a lot of Israelites were put to death in that time by the Romans, and they're going to pay for that, man. You damn Edomites are going to pay for all the shit that you did unto our people, man, including 70 A.D. But anyway, so we fled, all right? Some of our people, they fled, man, and they went to mainly the west part of Africa and also other parts as well, northern, but the main concentration of Israelites was in the western part of Africa, all right? And that's why we're still there to this day, all right? Nigeria and all those areas over there, all right? Now, when it says that they should feed her there 1,203 days, this also goes into America, all right? Because that's where we are now, all right? And that the 1,203 days goes into prophetic time, okay, of 350 years. All right. And that's mentioned a few different times in a few different ways all throughout the scriptures. Okay. Let's continue on. Verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael, or Michaela, all right, and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought his angels. So this is talking about end time prophecy. All right. This is going to the end right here where we're at. We're in this time right here. All right. Where the archangel Michael is going to have to be sent to defend the Israelites here in America, Babylon the Great. All right. And the dragon that the modern Roman Empire today, all right, Esau, the NATO and the EU, okay, they're going to try to fight against the nation of Israel, man, here very shortly. All right. Jacob's trouble. Let's get that really quick. And I believe it's Daniel 12. Let's get that real quick. All right. Here it is. End time prophecy. We're in this time. All right. This time is upon us. All right. Verse 1. Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, or the Israelites. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, or the salvation. Everyone that shall be found written in the book, all right, the book of life, all right. So The elect is what it's talking about. Their names are written in the book of life. All right, they're predestined for salvation. So the time that we're coming into, known as Jacob's trouble. All right, Jeremiah chapter 30 goes into this as well. I believe starting in verse 6 on down, it talks about this time right here. All right, Jacob's trouble, man. The time where a lot of Israelites will be put to death by these damn devils. All right, Esau's finna lose his fucking mind and go crazy. And it goes on to tell you that in Revelation 12. But anyway, this is what it's talking about right here. Michael the archangel is going to be sent to defend us, man. It's going to get that fucking bad, man. It's going to get that bad. All right, we're going to have divine intervention from the heavens, man. Okay. And he's going to be there as well as Yahweh Shai, man. He going to, ultimately deliver us, but he's going to send his archangel Michael, man. All right, who is right underneath Yahweh Shai. All right, these devils are going to actually try to fight Yahweh Shai when he returns with the hosts of heaven. All right, it's not going to just be one angel; it's going to be thousands of angels. All right, that's why it says, and his angels fought against the dragon. All right, and the dragon fought and his angels, and the angels of the dragon, or Esau's angels, will be those fighter jets, man. His military, his technology. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna actually try to fight against the chariots, man, the so-called UFOs, when they begin to actively invade this place, man. All right. You ever seen that movie War of the Worlds? All right. Well, it's kind of like that, man. That's where they get these movies from. They get it from the Bible, man. There's a few presidents that, or I think his name was Ronald Reagan. We had a speech talking about if there's an alien invasion and all nations would come together and fight against it. Well, that's what's gonna happen. They get that from the Bible, man. That's gonna play out. That's why they have a space force, man, because they're going to try to fight against the angels of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua when they come to defend Israel. And Esau is going to lose horribly. It goes on to tell you that, I believe, in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. All right, there's nothing but, the smell of smoke that was left, man. The Lord going to completely eviscerate these bastards. All right, so verse 8, and prevail not. You see, they didn't win. That's what's written. They're going to lose. All right, so Esau loses, and prevail not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. So they're going to be completely thrown down when this goes down, all right? That's the end of Esau's rulership. Verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, all right, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. There goes Esau's rulership, man. Done. Finished. Through. Okay? That's what's getting ready to happen. We're getting ready to witness this, man. We're getting ready to watch this play out, man. Lord willing, we're, still alive in that time, man, to see all this go down, man. Okay? We're coming into a very climactic, exciting time in life. All right? We're getting ready to see the return of Yahweh Shai, man. All kind of spiritual events are going to take place, man. We're getting ready to witness divine intervention. Things that science can't explain. Things that the Christian church never told you about, all right? So let's see verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashiach, or his anointed, Yahweh Shai. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And that's what Esau does, man. He sets us up, to go off. He puts all kind of pork in our food, and he puts all kind of fucked up music in in our communities. You know what I'm saying? The music industry is a big ass trap that Esau uses to pretty much accuse us to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to say, look at your people. They're not righteous. Look how they're acting out here, man. All right, they try to force homosexuality on on our people, man, through the media, through the school systems, to separate us from our power, man. But guess what? His ass gonna be cast down. All right. He ain't pulling the fast one on nobody. All right. So verse 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, Yahweh Shai. You see, the elect are gonna overcome by the blood of Yahweh Shai, man. That sacrifice. He was that perfect sacrifice, man. All right, and through that sacrifice, we have a chance of salvation. All right, to overcome these damn devils. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death. That's right. We don't love our lives here in this captivity, man. All right. We just, we get through what we got to get through. All right. But we know that our kingdom is coming upon the return of Yahushua, man. Okay. Verse 12. Check this out. This is very relevant to the time that we're in now. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Right? The elect of Israel. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, let's talk about Esau. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Devil means, false accuser. And we just read that in verse 10, the accuser of the brethren. It's talking about Esau, man. Okay, the actual man on the earth. So he's going to come down having great wrath in these last days because he's seeing the prophecy speaking. He's seeing the chariots and of the Lord in the skies and in the heavens. All right, because we're seeing them. All right, all kind of so-called UFO sightings have been increasing in these last days, man, because the Lord is getting ready to send his son back, Yahushua, man, along with the hosts of heaven, the angels. That's what you're seeing. Okay, the signs are all in the heavens, man. This prophecy coming to pass. So this devil, he finna go out of power. So he finna try to get his new world order off, man. All right, he's gonna bring forth the microchip, which is the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. He's gonna want everybody to have that, man. And if you Israelites take that, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Okay, he's gonna try to force you to take it, and the elect are gonna reject it. Okay. So anyway, yeah, man, he's gonna come down killing a lot of Israelites, man. He's gonna open up them damn FEMA camps, concentration camps, whatever, re-education centers, torture centers, all that stuff, man. He's finna try to put all that, into action here very shortly, man. You see, that's why they're trying to create chaos in these last days. All right, they're trying to orchestrate chaos so they can bring their new world order, man. This whole thing going on with the border, all right, Title 42 being lifted, that's to ensue chaos, man. We're gonna see how it plays out because he wants this order so he can bring in his military and pretty much try to murder you Israelites, man, to make you seem like you're the problem, all right? The accuser of the brethren. But he gonna lose. Okay, verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. And that's talking about the nation of Israel. The great persecution is about to come upon us, man. But we're about to be demonized on another level, man. Okay? But it's all part of our walk, man. Our walk of faith. Because if we endure to the end, we're going to be saved from all this shit that's coming. Verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. All right, that's talking about 350 years. Okay, a time being 100 years, and times being 200 years, and half a time being 50, as of 350 years, man. So that's documented from let's see here, from 19 no, I think it's 1619 to 1969, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. This is around the time, 1969 is around the time when Israel started waking up, because Elder Abba Bivens began, really pushing his word out here, man, breaking down the scriptures the correct way. Okay. And a lot of Israelites were waking up at that time, man. And here we are today. All right, getting ready to be delivered from the land of our captivities. Okay. Because Esau was nourishing us here, all right, for a time, man. And that was all appointed by the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, okay? Because though we were in slavery, though we're still in captivity, we're still surviving here. That's what that's talking about. Verse 15, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. This goes into Esau's militaries, okay? All right? Because his military, when he comes in, is like a flood, man. Just like in 70 AD, and just like now in these last days, they're finna come in like a flood. We could prove that in the book of Isaiah 59 real quick. Hold on. All right, really quick to prove that. Isaiah 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy, all right, Esau, shall come in like a flood. the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. That's talking about spiritual power. Because in this time, when they come in like a flood, in these days, the Lord is going to raise up a standard, man. He's going to give his men spiritual power, the elect, all right? The 144,000, spiritual power to combat these devils, man, with all their technology and their weaponry, because their blessing is the sword, man. And without that power, without Yahweh Shai or Yahweh Shai stepping in, we don't stand a chance against Esau and his militaries, man. This is why he has to even the score, man, and give us that power, man. All right, that's what's coming. All right, so back in Revelation 12, we're gonna finish it real quick, okay? So yeah, man, the serpent wanted to cast, out that water to carry us away. All right. That military surge, right? Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. This also goes back into 70 AD too, because we were able to hide, man, from the Roman persecution. All right. Some fled into the mountains, okay, and we were scattered, man. So we were helped by the earth, okay, in hiding from our enemies. Okay, so let's continue on. Verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Now, who is that remnant? It's talking about us. All right, the children of Israel, you tribes, you 12 tribes today. All right, the dragon's going to try to make war with us in these last days, man. He has plans on murdering us, man, because he knows who we are. These damn crackers, they know exactly who we are. All right, these elite banking families, all right, these elites of Esau, the ones that are in the upper echelon of the so-called Illuminati, that's just a term that they use. But, these people who are making all the decisions behind the scenes, man, whether you use a paper dollar or a digital dollar, all these people that make these major decisions, who orchestrate these wars and whatever, all right, they're going to try to come after us, man. All right, and they're going to lose. But anyway, continuing on. And the dragon was wroth with the woman because they're mad because we're exposing a bitch ass with this word. This word is exposing them. So they're going to try to silence us, man. They're already trying to take our videos off of YouTube, man. They're not going to stop there. They're going to try to actually kill us, man. And went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. There you go. Okay. So, that's what's going on, man. We're in that time. These fucking devils are mad at the remnant of the nation of Israel. And they're going to try to come down having great wrath, man. They are going to come down having great wrath, killing a lot of Israelites, man. But the elect are going to escape, man, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai. All right? So, yeah, man. They're going to be martyrs as well. They're going to die for, the testimony of Yahweh Shai. But they're going to be resurrected. They're going to be the first ones on them chariots when Yahweh Shai returns, man. Okay? Because ultimately, we don't die, man. We live on forever, man. Our spirits are eternal. But, yeah. Yeah, so Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. Just a quick breakdown of Revelation 12. It goes into some history as well as end time prophecy, all right? And the apostles, they tell us all the time, the elder apostles of Great Millstone, they always tell us, hey, man, in order to know the mystery, you got to know the history. So hopefully this was eye-opening to the elect out there, man. So I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, Kwam Yasharala and the Abba. Hey, salvation is near. Shalom.